Alright, so round two. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Okay, the clock radio, look at the units, mega and kilohertz. Okay, look at the FM and AM. Now, FM and AM are two different stations, okay? M's are common, let's read it backwards. Look, 88, 55. That looks like a circled 8, that looks like a circled 5. 13 is a circled 3. 3, 8, 5. How many do you have left over? You have an F and an A. F is 6, A is 1. They're both circled. 7 and 2 is 9. That's a circled 8. Again, 3,858 magnets needed in a cellular energy device. Find it many ways. So I've edited it here. I showed more of the raw, okay, from the V here. I didn't show these V's and this V and this V. It'd be too much. I showed the seed falling, but we're gonna do the 1x3 seed now. So the Fibonacci seed, goes from here. It starts from, boom, boom. Just does chains, same thing. But when it hits here, it hits the floor. The seed's not gonna fall like this. We're not gonna make a V. We're gonna make an X. So when it falls, it's gonna go equidistant this way. But yes, 13 is still created like that. Kind of makes your T your 20th letter. So, okay. Now, why am I doing this? Look, we've pretty much filled up this quadrant by knowing, basic knowledge of that picture right there. Oh, okay. Just did it a different way. Okay, well, since we filled up the right hand of God of the page, I'm suffice to say that we should use this knowledge to solve for the left hand. And 2 L's make a C. Right. I think this is talking about this guy, and this guy. Because you should be talking about the whole thing by now. To partner up with this guy and make your flux capacitor. Why, you ask? And how does that relate to C? Well, the Y is the 25th letter. Kind of gives away some more 5-to-1 code to get to the L. Maybe it just points to the fact that the middle is a 76. And the 76 is a 13, which is like a circled 3. Or a circled 3 in a number form, in letter form would be the letter C. Now, where is the Roman numeral C? Well, if you take off all this shit from the inside of this, it looks pretty C to me. Okay? Now again, once we get to the moon, the last luminary created in Genesis 1, we gotta take this little, C, reverse C, back, and you go 5-to-1 back to the 1 here, which is the center of the daisy. Yeah, it is, right? A 3 and a 1. Okay, because we're trying to get to here, right? We're not there yet. We're getting smaller. Okay, now we have this. We have a connection between the C and the D. And imagine other things. So, okay. How to explain this? Oh, your circled C is a D. D is important because it is also circled. It's like the creation of Jupiter. The 4 is circled, okay, to have the seed fall, okay? This is your Jupiter. Your Jupiter is kind of like, I don't know, all of this, because this has like an eye, the red eye of Jupiter. That's all I'm going based on, okay? And that you have a Saturn next to a Jupiter, so it's like there's a lot of Jupiter more than Saturn. Yeah, I don't know. And then the knowledge that your 4 is really just a circle 3 again. It's like your 3 and your circle 3 and your D, and it's like showing you the circledness, and your D, and your C, and your C, and then you have a C here, because like right here is a C, I think. No, it goes down one. Yeah, that's the C. It goes from 6 to 110. Yeah, that's your C. I remember now. That's your C. And that's your C. Which is why you take the time warp back from the moon. You go back to Nibiru, it brings you to the center. This circle's not really here, because you're being contained. By this 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. And the circle 13 is a 5. And a 1, 1, 1, 1 circled is a 5. And 2 halves, because we learned that earlier, and 2 halves circled is a 5. And a 7 to 7 is a 14 is a 5. And then we have a 5, 5. And you can see that's part of a circle with a 1 and an O. So that's 1, that's your 3, there's your 0 is your 1, and then you have your 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. So there's your 13 connected to your 5, 5 again. L's here, C is here, your D is above you, and your M is the whole thing, up to here and up to here. Because you know the M doesn't mean you know the N. You can't solve the bottom until you get the N. That's what it means. So your M probably doesn't go down this far. Maybe a bit off. Maybe your M and N are created simultaneously when your N goes down and goes all the way down the stairway to create for the Roman numerals, because you have to create your N before you create your M, because your M is resting upon it. The foundations, like created simultaneously kind of thing. I don't know. This is all done simultaneously. But yeah, again, if we continue this daisy chain of 1 by 2s, you can easily see how, again, you have your AR, you have your M, you have your A, you have your G, you have your E, you have your D, you have your D, and then you're going to go back to your O. This is exactly the same as this. And then you're going to solve for your N. Finally. Armageddon. Took me two videos. In like that much time. Guys, I got some minutes to spare, so some final remarks. Okay, so over here in the daisy petals, okay, this is where you're seeing all your 5 to 1 code, but you also see your 3 to 1 code mixed into the 5 to 1 code over here. Okay? Now, the same thing goes over here. Here's your 5 to 1 code. Here's your 3 to 1 code. It's all just math. Now, what is the lowest V we can see here? Okay, it's the creation, again, this is a zero dimensional, 0D singularity, one-dimensional line, two-dimensional plane, three-dimensional space. This is your fourth dimension of time, that's your fifth dimension of love, that's your sixth dimension of ego, that's your seventh dimension of nothing, and this is your eighth dimension of infinite, because this just repeats on the macro and micro Mandelbrot set. So, looking at this, once it's all said and done, and you see all the different patterns, and all the 3 to 1, and the 5 to 1, 3858, 7716, the duality between the left and the right, the northern and southern hemispheres. Again, once you're done creating or reading up to day 4 in the creation of those luminaries, you should be able to derive all this. All you need is space, because math doesn't change with dots and lines. Okay, it's always going to be this pattern. It'll be a repeating pattern, right? And I do think the M takes this path, it goes across, goes down, but probably doesn't go to the bottom. But whatever. Get it in the end. Yeah, like, the numbers are all there in old videos. You can go check them out now. I think I'm the one that's gonna get the idea of 5-dimensional Earth and try to explain it to other people. It's my job. Okay? Your 1, 2, 1 is the lowest V, okay? Because what you have is a circled 1 and a circled 2 is a 5. Now, it's in the white hole of the G. It is a V going like this. You have this bubble, and a connecting bubble to account for it, okay? Now, this bubble could be the top circle, this bubble could be the bottom, the other top circle, and this one could be the bottom circle of your Roman numeral for V. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say here. Now, it's just a circled 1 and a circled 2. It's a 2 and a 3. 3 and 2 is 5. 32 times 5 is 160 plus 14. This is just a 1 by 2 next to a 4. Who's to say that this V isn't a 14? And that's 174 magnets needed in heaven. You need 2 of them for the 2 devices. Because every iteration, I guess, goes down 1. Because if you look at this deeper, this 1, it's just a circled 1, and it's a 6. It's just all the same. Just different layers of depth. Now, there's like a 1 by 1, a 2 by 2, a 3 by 3, a 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, 8 by 8. Okay? To place a part in all these Roman numerals of math happening in bubbles. The story of creation of your world. If I were to spend my energy doing something, it would probably be something like this. And I'll try to figure it out. But, yeah. I don't know, I think this was okay. Good. I think it was good. Okay, it's all about, again, the 1, 2, it's a 1, 2, 1, because really at the end of the day, it's a circled 1 by 2 with the 1 and a 2 in it. Okay? It's your 1, 2, 1, thank you, Master. Your 1, 2, 1, or it's your 1 and your 1, and they're aided together because you have to know about the 181 or the raw. Okay, you gotta know about raw, and then how you gotta make the V. And you have to understand a dot is a circle, is a line, is that, you know, is a, which could be a, and on and on and on. It's just my interpretation. No. R, ma, d, ged, Armageddon. Should learn it. It's fun.